A very good afternoon to you. On the business desk at this hour, President Cyril Ramaphosa will this evening meet with the country's top CEOs to sign the second phase of the state's partnership with the private sector. Over 80 CEOs are expected at that gathering in Johannesburg to cement cooperation on various matters, including crime and corruption, the power crisis, the logistics bottlenecks, and fixing the country's visa regime. Business editor Xolani Mbanjwa is expected to be part of that gathering. Thank you so much for your time, Xolani. Following developments, of course, but what really is at the core of this particular gathering and who exactly will be there?
Good afternoon to Ms. Sang. Yes, we are here at the Industrial Development Corporation in Sandton, where the President is going to be signing a very important second phase of the partnership with the private sector. But I'm joined by the Chairperson of Business for South Africa, Martin Kingston, to give us the significance of this particular gathering. So thank you very much for your time. Last month, we saw the first meeting between the government of national unity and the private sector, and it sounded like it was a very fruitful meeting. Your take on the 100 days of the GNU thus far, and of course, what we have learned from the first meeting.
Yeah, it was a very good meeting, Xolani. I have to say that we were able to build on the successes of our previous engagements with the President and his cabinet colleagues. As you say, the first meeting under the auspices of the GNU and the 7th administration, representation not just from the ANC, but also indeed from the DA at ministerial level in the meeting. We had very robust and I think very good discussions, both a look back in terms of what we'd achieved during the first 12 months of the partnership, as you know, focusing on energy, transportation and logistics and crime and corruption, but also looking ahead, seeing how we could leverage the resources of the private sector more effectively in support of the program that the government has embarked upon as the GNU, making sure that we can implement structural reform, ensuring that actually the private sector can play its full role by capacitating government wherever that's appropriate. And we agreed that phase 2, which we're launching today, would actually beckon in, we believe, an era of increased inclusive sustainable growth, leading to, of course, more jobs and dealing with the inequality in the country.
Martin, we saw during the creation of this business formation at the height of COVID-19 just how a private sector came into the party, coming in to rescue businesses and the like. Since we're starting this second phase now, could you let us in how you are going to hold each other accountable? If there's something that the private sector has promised and is not doing, so as a government to do something and hold the private sector accountable, vice versa, is there a mechanism to hold each other accountable as far as the things that are focus areas are concerned?
Yes, well, I think you're absolutely right that we need to ensure that we hold the process and indeed the partnership accountable. I don't think it's a question of one side or the other. This is a collaboration. It's clear that business has mobilized significant resources in support of the partnership. Some 350 people already involved in providing skills and expertise, over 250 million rands worth of expertise provided to the government, some of it directly, so that we can ensure that we can achieve our goals. And we knew that energy, transport and logistics were a brake on progress. Now we're going to address it more fundamentally, I think, in the second phase.
Thank you very much, Martin. Martin Kingston is the Chairperson of Business for South Africa, saying that this is quite a significant moment. They will be holding each other accountable as a government and the private sector working together to fix those bottlenecks. But we will be bringing you President Cyril Ramaphosa just after 5, giving his address as far as the significance as well from the presidency of this evening. Back to you in studio.